Good morning, great morning, wonderful morning, spectacular morning, outstanding morning, magnificent morning, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious morning. Yes, again, the beautiful reminder of choice that you have, I have, that we all have. And what is that choice about? It's about thought. It's about what we're going to make things mean at every moment of our life. Now, your life is a whole bunch of moments, and in these moments, you get to make a decision. Here's a moment right now. Oh, here's another one. Here's another one. Here's another one. See, there's a lot of them. And when you choose the right way of thinking, when you choose to look for the good and actually apply the good in your life, that puts you on a specific frequency, and that right there is the attractive force in your life. It determines what the new experiences shall be like. Remember, you cannot change the past experience, but you can determine what the new one shall be like. And if you want these new experiences to be amazing, exceptional, wonderful, incredible, it starts with how you're thinking right now. And that right there is how you're supposed to be living. But unfortunately, we've been conditioned to not think that way, to think from the outside in, to live based from the tyranny of second causes, not understanding that there's a primal cause. And that primal cause is thought. Remember, the kingdom of heaven is the kingdom of thought. What's within, as within, turns to the without. If you want to change the without, you've got to change the within. And that's what we study here in these beautiful containers. This is what I did for myself, and I'm continuing to do for myself. And this is what Dolly has done for herself and what she's continuing to do with herself. And this is what we are doing together to help you to understand. This is why Elevitality is here, is to help you to remember, to connect with this power that you have inside of you so that you can live your life free, to be filled with liberty. And again, it all starts inside. All right, so what have we been studying? We've been studying this beautiful gem here, The Secret of the Ages by Robert Collier. And boy, hasn't it been amazing? Now, if you don't have a copy of this, do get a copy of it. And when you do get your copy, yes, read it. Yes, study it. Yes, underline it. Yes, highlight it. Yes, even memorize it. But more importantly, beyond that, apply it practically in your life. Remember, knowledge is static energy, knowledge, information. It's static energy. And the only way it has an effect on your life is if you shift it from being static to being dynamic the way that life is. See, there's got to be movement. And with that movement comes the change. So use this as if your life depends on it. You know what? Because it does. All right. So you ready? Type in the comments, I'm ready, so that we can go into this. And if you're not ready, we're still going to go into it. Okay, let's go into this, shall we? One, two, three, boom. All right. So we're on page 186 now. We read through this before, but we're going to read it again because of how important it is. The universal mind expresses itself largely through the individual. It is continually seeking an outlet. It is like a vast reservoir of water constantly replenished by mountain springs. Cut a channel to it, and the water will flow in ever increasing volume in the same way if you once open a channel of service by which the universal mind can express itself through you. Its gifts will flow in ever increasing volume, and you will be enriched by the process. Now, I want you to notice how what's being pointed out here is that the solution lies in you to choose and let the light in. Now, think about that for a moment. That's what he's talking about here. He's talking about how you've got to open the channel, you've got to have an open mind. And then from there, connect with the idea of service. Service is where it's at. If you want to increase the quality of your life for every area of your life, it's with service. It's to be one who serves. Remember, the law of compensation is totally tied to that. It's all about filling the need, Find the need, fill it. Be really good at filling that need. In other words, serve and be so good that you're difficult to be replaced. That will deliver increase into your life. You can look at it this way: leave increase. Let's type that in the comments. I must leave increase. And yes, you must. Now, again, this is really important for you, especially if you're seeking to dramatically shift the quality of your life. It starts inside by opening up your mind and consenting to a concept of yourself that operates that way. And once you operate that way, you don't need to concern yourself about the reaping. The reaping will automatically happen because you're working with the law. This is so important for you. Now, this idea, though, which great bankers are made, through which great bankers are made, a foreign country needs millions for development. Now think about this. They need millions for development. Its people are hardworking, but lack the necessary implements to make their work productive. How are they to find the money? How are they to attract it? They go to a banker, put their problem up to him. He has not the money himself, but he knows how and where to raise it. He sells the promise to pay of the foreign country, their bonds, in other words, to people who have money to invest. His is merely a service. Now, send that for a moment. It's a service. But it is such an invaluable service that both sides are glad to pay him liberally for it. You know, it's fascinating when I think about this. In our society today, there's a tremendous amount of people who are looking at things like that as, oh, they're just greedy. They're taking advantage of us, not understanding that it's actually service that's being provided. And because they see it as bad, because they see it as not good, they see it as evil, I want you to notice how it gets repelled away from them. And there's a lot of that going on. It's kind of like people who desire to be wealthy, they desire to be rich, but then they are very critical of those who are rich. Now, if they believe themselves to be someone who's really good and they see the rich as evil, guess what's going to override everything? Whatever has the deeper belief. But now, again, think about here with regards to the banker and what they do to help people to get where they need to go. They have something that the borrower does not have. And with that, they're able to get what they have. And yes, there is an exchange involved with it for that service, but guess what? That's okay. Now, as long as you, when you work that way for you, make sure that the use value far exceeds the amount that they're paying, you're going to be completely fine. And that's actually what the case is in most cases. Now, in the same way, by opening up a channel between universal supply and human needs, by doing your neighbors or your friends or your customer service, you are bound to profit yourself. And the wider you open your channels, the greater service you give or the better value you offer. The more things are bound to flow through your channel and the more you are going to profit thereby. So again, here he's talking about the importance of connecting with being one who serves well, to one who serves exceptionally well. Remember, how much you earn is directly proportionate to the need for what you do, the ability to fill that need, and how difficult it is to replace you. And I want you to notice how it's all rooted in service, and you only need to work on the second. Lock into this concept of yourself that you are exceptional at filling the need for whatever it is that you do. And if you want to earn even more, then find a bigger need and be really good at filling that need. Start right here. Start right now.